getting worse and worse. And by the time we got home, I went to bed at 1 that night, and I had been getting sick. I'm much better now. I got to sleep all day yesterday, Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. And so anyway, so I got to have conversations with drunk people, and it was mostly girls. Thankfully the guys kind of stayed away, but don't go out at night if you're not going to be drunk or drinking or something, because just a bunch of weirdos that really freak you out. I was safe, don't worry. Don't worry, I was safe. It was all, public and bobbies and things like that everywhere. It's just very disconcerting. Let's see what else. My classes are incredible. My design class, I posted a picture on Facebook, so I think a lot of y'all have seen it, but I'll have to show you the other ones, like the what we did. We got to class. This is my draping class. We got there and we were supposed to take cardboard, and we made a house with cardboard, and that's all he told us. We just had 30 minutes to make a house out of cardboard and tape. And I made, I'll stop shaking this, sorry. I made 2 triangles that stacked on top of each other, kind of, twisted, and then a fun little, roof balcony thing. And then we had to make that house with cloth. So thankfully mine wasn't too hard. It was just sewing a bunch of little squares together to make triangles, and then putting a lot of interfacing and all that. And then we had to take that and stick it on the shoulder, like somewhere in the shoulder area, on a mannequin, and make something with a shoulder. And everyone's in architecture is the design theme for this quarter, for all the design students. So everything is based on architecture, and it's supposed to look sculptural and architectural and all that. So he was kind of trying to free our minds and really open it up to doing something. So mine ended up not looking very, he said it looked a bit gaga on the shoulder, and then it could have made a sleeve, but then it would have just been too plain. But it was a cool sleeve. So then we put it down on the front underneath the bust, and I've got to put a 3rd triangle house piece, so it'll kind of equal out, I guess. And then I decided to put a color, because I love colors, and color's really big right now, and I'm all about some big voluptuous color, coming up like Elizabethan or something. So anyway, that's a really fun class, because I have nothing like that in Arkansas. And then I have a trends class, and we are just learning how to be trend spotters, basically, and research 2 years in advance, which is the class I did today. And then my other amazing class with Robin is styling, and he wears the most incredible wardrobe. He's self-proclaimed obsessed with fashion, and so we've all told him we want to go see his house, because basically his entire house is apparently a closet. One really awesome thing about my professors is that they work in the industry more than they actually teach. So like 1 day a week they'll teach, but the rest of the time they're working, with magazines and maybe celebrities, I don't really know, and companies, and here and there. One of them works in Italy and all kinds of amazing stuff. I do have one professor, hopefully he never sees this video. About every 2 sentences he goes, blah blah blah, yeah, and so here we have something something, yeah, and by the way, da da da, yeah. He says it all the time, and Julie and I sit there and like poke each other the whole time, because it gets really annoying. But if that's the worst of my professors and all that, I think I'm doing okay. So I'm gonna be honest and tell everyone, this video is getting kind of long, but anyway, I've been a little bit homesick. Mostly for well, everyone knows I really, really, really miss Nick, my amazing boyfriend, but also just familiar, brands and foods. Even their mozzarella cheese tastes a little bit different. It's not like it's horrid, it just is different. And sometimes when you want the same thing that you're used to, that's really annoying. One thing at Whole Foods, they have Whole Foods here, Abby Sutherland. Pretty excited about that. Well, we found a Whole Foods, so Julie and I felt pretty at home. And then they have Amy's brand, which is this organic, delicious food that I just absolutely love. And thankfully, I bought some of her tomato soup, which is my favorite tomato soup in the world, right before I got sick, which is perfect, because I just downed that stuff. And I had all this throat, and I'm actually pretty sure Julie's getting it right now, sadly, getting sick. We're pretty sure most of it is due to all the cigarette smoke. That's how bad it is here. Everywhere. People smoke and smoke and smoke. It's insane. I've kind of started to learn to think, okay, I'm going to assume everyone smokes, and I'll get surprised when someone doesn't. That's how bad it is. It's absolutely crazy. And anytime you walk into an area with, 10 people, half of them at least are smoking, you're like, oh, I can't breathe. So yeah, can't think of any other stories really, other than got a little bit homesick, but I'm doing a lot better. It's mostly like right before I go to bed and when I first get up in the morning and I don't want to get out of bed. And I'm having, and just, I guess being in this room, because it's not really homey. Because, well, it's just not. Oh well. So yeah, and we seem to require much more sleep here than I did at home. So whereas I needed 8 hours at home, I now need like 10 hours here, which means that really cuts into time for anything. And it takes us Americans so much longer to find anything around here because everyone's directions are different, and whereas our streets and stuff are kind of squares and straight and intersecting at 90-degree angles, theirs are every angle and little twists and turns here and alleys here. And by the way, you can use the alleys here. It's not something you don't do. You use them, which is really awesome because they're beautiful. And some of them are really, really thin. Not that thin, but they're really thin and they're really awesome. So yeah, can't think of much else. That's it. So I do miss you guys a little bit, but I'm having a blast here. And to be honest, I really want to move here in a few years. Yep, it's true. I do. The fashion here is incredible, and I've already learned so much more here in the few weeks about, I guess I could call it trending, but trend forecasting and styling and just inspiration from all the people and the architecture and blah blah blah. So anyway, there is my nearly 10-minute video, and I will stop now. I think that is about it.